Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today in this video, we're going to unbox the Ambrane smartwatch from the Flipkart. It's been given on a discounted price for about 1000 rupees, which is 999. Coming it in an offer, so I have paid around 950 rupees for this beautiful watch. We're going to unbox it soon and we're going to reveal the features. We're going to compare it with the more upcoming watches and the existing watches which are already there. The first thing is we're going to peel it off. So we have a nice packaging from Flipkart, not compromising for the price. So basically this is what we get in a package. So we have a bill, then we have a box. Keeping inside the box, so here we have the Ambrane smartwatch. Some of the quick features that this watch has got. So it has got about 100 plus watch faces and an inbuilt mic. It has an inbuilt speaker as well. We'll discuss on the further features later. This video is going to be long, but it's worth it. Do watch it until the end or you're going to miss the important features, because if you're paying with a budget, and you should know all the features that what you get, because every rupee does count something and it means something to someone. So let's go for the features. IP68 water resistant, the main highlight of this, and a voice assistance for 1000 rupees. That's crazy. And you get a strap, a 1.69 inch screen, and it's a touch screen, and a side button which you get as a roller. And we also have the Bluetooth version 5, which is most important. It cannot go down more, like less than the fifth version. That's great, they have got it above. And it supports iOS 10 and above and Android 6 and above. Obviously you would have some of these, and the charging time would take about 2 hours, which might be too long, but again, remember the budget, so it should be fine with that. And you'll get a charging cable as well, is what they say. Other than that, we have few more things, the features, the modes that are available with this box: 24/7 heart mount monitoring and 60 sports modes. That's fair enough, guys. You don't really need a 60 sports as well. I don't know who plays 60 sports in their life, but yes, maybe it suits your fitness style. Depending upon that, the sports would be designed, because some of the watch comes with 100 plus sports mode. I'm not sure if that works out. And you get a notification alert, you get a tracker, and there is a 3 inbuilt game, and it gets a 10 days of battery life, is what Ambrane claims. I would test this all, and later then I would post the video. So right now it's not the final video. I would come up with the battery solution as well, if I'm getting the good backup or not. I would test everything and then I'll let you know, guys. For now, let's quickly unbox the package. So we have something, we have the seals, so that's good that it is not being opened, so you get a confirmation on that. We now have the box. So what we get inside is some treat. Had to treat reviewers online. Okay, maybe you could get something if you review them with a good star rating. And remember, this is not a sponsored video, because obviously no one would sponsor 1000 rupees watch. Just know that I'm doing honest reviews all the time in my channel. There's no sponsor as such. And we have an Ambrane Eon, the quick guide. It's a scan QR code for the user manual. It's good that they don't give the lot of books for the user manual, because no one would study the user manual. It's very simple. You could get those things. And apart from that, you have a warranty page, and you can visit the link. And maybe just to know about the more information about the watch, you could just go visit their website. That's all about it here. Right now, everything felt good until I see the watch shaking down there, because this is not given a good support, which is what I would say. They have made a very well packaging on the outer layer, but the inside, the internal layers, it's not pretty good. That's pretty lame. I don't know what was the purpose for all this packaging. Anyway, watch was not in safe place, but I hope nothing's been wrong. And we were given a USB cable. Damn, this looks really good. Maybe an average. It looked good, but yeah, the quality is very average. But you can get those cable things which ties up here, so that will give us cable strength. Maybe you can buy those and you could save your cable from being torn. Let's keep the cable aside. Let's keep the box aside. This is our watch. So we have something with a sticker. You can remove the sticker. And this is a strap. Damn, that's a good quality strap. I'm not sure if it is being detachable. Oh yes, it is detachable. That's crazy. You can detach it. and you'd get a good in screen. It's a 1.69 screen, not too big, not too small, definitely not at all small. It would fit good in your hands. You get an Ambrane logo over here. It's not that they've highlighted their logo everywhere. So the people, some people, that are like, they want to show it off, like they got Apple Watch, they got a Samsung Watch, and Ambrane maybe appreciates that. Yeah, you can use our brand, but if you don't want to reveal our brand, we'll keep it aside. I mean, maybe that's good thought for them to make a selling better. But again, if they have to improve in this field, maybe they have to give a branding right in front of the screen. So that would maybe help, or maybe in the back of the screen, on the sides of the screen, anywhere else, so that it can be highlighted. But this one looks good as well. Apart from this, let's go in the back. So we have sensors, some different kind of sensors. Make sure you need to remove this thing. You need to remove this plaster. Oh, I see. So they've given a branding over here as well, Ambrane. Okay, they're making it good. So they don't want you to make it feel like it's an Apple Watch. Definitely not, guys. It's an Ambrane watch. So we have a good thing here. Everything has been ready. All we need to do is switch it on. So just long press it. Ambrane, there appears the logo. Damn, that's pretty good actually. Oh shit, that's a good boot time as well. And you get a 79% battery. Remember guys, whenever you buy a smartphone, whenever you buy in any electronic device with a battery, it's suggested that you cannot keep your limit up to 100%, because that would lead the battery to suicide. Obviously it would. So it's always suggested that keep your battery from 30% until 80%, which is the maximum efficiency that what they would maintain. That would give a big good battery health as well, because never charge your watch or smartphone until 100%, because that would definitely drain your battery and decrease the efficiency, life expectancy of your battery. So with now, I have a screen on time. Maybe this watch, the screen on time is really bad. Not bad, I mean, they have kept it to save the battery. So we have a different kind of UI which is given here, and we have the rotator thing. Maybe yes, you can rotate it, but there are a few things that I need to look into. So we'll come back with the watch after the nice part of review. So as of now, we have the UI and everything being built in here. There's so many things that we need to discuss. Before that, I would tell you what would you need to go if you're going to buy a smartwatch. What is important? The first thing, it has to be AMOLED display, and this thing is missing that. Obviously you not get something for AMOLED display for 1,000 rupees. No one would give that for you. So it's basically a TFT LCD panel displays which you would get. But apart from that, you need to have interchangeable straps, and this comes with interchangeable straps, but you don't get any extra straps in the box. Again, remember the budget, it's 1,000 rupees. And this isn't a deal which is for 1,000 rupees, but in general you would get it for 1,300, which maybe might be deal again, which would increase because if the reviews goes well, and this watch price may increase as well, guys. But I'm gonna give you the honest review, whatever the good things are, whatever the bad things are, because obviously a budget watch would have a bad reviews as well. But again, we'll make it as good as possible, just to make sure to compare each and everything what the phone has got and what the battery needs to deal with this watch. We would compare each and every step. So yes, and the third thing, you should have something like a TWS connectivity. This watch definitely doesn't come with TWS. Again, the budget. So the TWS is a truly wireless, so you cannot connect Bluetooth earphones or a headset through this watch, and it is not possible to listen to the music through your headphones or earphones, which is not actually bad. I mean that's not something important considering the budget. I mean that should be good overall. And the next thing you need to do is so you should have a sports modes and fitness tracking modes, like for example a heart rate monitoring and SpO2 tracking and everything. This watch has got all of it, guys. Trust me, this is the best one. I got it so far for this budget, because I've seen the Noise Bolt selling the similar devices as well, but with less features, because I would come into that. What was the feature missing in Noise and Bolt under this budget? And with that, yes, you should have all those things, which is important. But definitely one good thing I can suggest is never trust your smartwatch's tracker. So do not completely believe in whatever you get in your in your LCD screen or screen, whichever you're seeing. That might not be 100% accurate. It might be closer to what it is, but it is not, definitely not 100% accurate. So remember, always keep an oximeter, always keep a heart rate monitor, keep checking with your doctor if you're over 60, and I would not suggest to believe in any smartwatch, not even Apple. Apart from that, so the next thing is you should have a calling feature. Definitely, and this one comes with a Bluetooth calling feature. It doesn't need to be an LTE device because you definitely don't need an LTE. Guys, why would you insert a SIM in a smartwatch when you already have a phone? Because when your phone disconnects, a watch would be helpful. But again, compare the battery life versus the phone versus the watch. Because come on, LTE drains your battery even more. Because when you are having a LTE watch, that would drain a lot of battery. And that would simply make no sense, because why would a phone turn off before the watch? Obviously, the watch goes first, then the phone. I mean, I don't know why we still have LTE. But okay, that's a people preference. They want to show it off. And again, LTE is sometimes a good advantage, because if you don't have your watch connected all the time to your device, but you just need an LTE directly communicate with the watch, then obviously the LTE might make a good difference. Let's go for the another good feature is you need to have built-in watch faces. And this small little thing with a budget has 100+ watch faces, which you would not get in noise bolt and things like that. And definitely this also has a Bluetooth calling feature, which is majority of the devices are missing the same, because you would not get something a calling feature in a branded device. I'm talking about a branded ones. You might get a local cheaper ones for 400 as well. But here we are going to talk about the brands, and Ambrane is a good brand. I've used their power banks and stuff. They're really good. It's really worth it. I have one with a 5 years old and still going at a good efficiency. But again, considering the watches, we may have to test and then I can answer whatever is good or not. But again, coming to that, so majority of the devices were missing that feature, but this one has a Bluetooth calling feature, which I really appreciate what the Ambrane has done and given so far with this budget smartwatch. So the next thing is you need to have a good software. So an application is an important as well. Sometimes you need to control over your application, because not every feature comes with a watch. You need a good application, good user interface. With that, I can see Ambrane does really have done a good job. I'll show you guys the little in a while how the application feature looks alike, and I would tell you what are the things that you can do with that application and how the user interface are. But I would legit tell you that it is really, really good. Again, the budget comes into the matter. And the next thing, the greatest thing in this watch, it is IP68 water resistant. Gosh, that is something you cannot trust. It's an IP68 rated. It is not even 67 or 65 or something. It is 68. That's reasonably latest model which we have right here. You may get an IP69 device soon, but right now we have IP68 variants, and this one does match the same requirement. And you would have a IP68. You can go for a swim, you can go with your showers, and it doesn't really affect this watch. You can go in heavy rains as well, but do not over test it. Remember, IP68 promises you with an atmospheric resistance about 3 meters. That means you can keep your watch inside the water for 3 minutes. That's up to the 3 meters. So basically that's what you're going to do, but don't over test it. Again, consider the budget. The next thing is the battery. This watch comes with a 10 days of battery life. So every smartwatch should have a good battery life. This is coming around 10 days. If you compare the same similar features with another brand or something, for example noise, I would take the brand name, which is not really wrong to take the brand names here, because I've seen I personally tested the noise. I mean, it didn't really give me good battery efficiency. But again, considering the Ambrane, I still have to test, and I'll let you guys know in a while. So we can maybe then decide if noise was better or maybe Ambrane does the deal best. The next feature is that it should have a voice assistant. Come on guys, you have a voice assistant in this watch as well. Can you believe that? You have a voice assistant which would let you call from the watch, just calling a speaker. So because you have a built-in speaker and a built-in mic, everything can be heard from this AI assistant. She will do everything for you. She's your local girlfriend. That's really great, a digital girlfriend to have in your watch with a small screen. And under this budget, that is really, really affordable, I can say. And it's the best feature of what we have so far in this watch again. The next thing is the fast charging. I mean, these days, if you're going to compare with the prices, obviously if you're paying higher price, then remember the fast charge is a must as well. But again, this is coming around 2 hours of charge time. Usually, the many other watches would take about 1 hour 30 minutes, 1 hour, but this comes with the 2 hours charging time. Again, the budget does deal with it because I've tested other watches with a similar budget. Trust me, they would take more than 2 hours. The next feature which we have is the body. So how the body is being made is important. Obviously, if you're paying 1,000 rupees, you would not get an aluminum frame or a metal frame, but you would get a plastic frame as a polycarbonate. So basically, this is a polycarbonate which we have here. I mean, if they're giving a polycarbonate in the back, that's really good. They're not making use of completely plastic. So, but the side frame is completely plastic, and I don't think you should be worried about that. If you're not going for a hiking or trekking, I mean, that would really doesn't matter because you're going to use it in your daily life. And trust me, if this is for your parents, I mean, they would really love it, because why would the parent care about a brand? They would just be happy for whatever you give to them. So maybe that's really a good deal if you're going to give it to old age person, or maybe really young age who's going to start with their 18s. I mean, they would be excited to see this watch perform everything for them. That's really good point in this watch. The next thing is the display quality. Again, we're not talking about the AMOLED screens over there. We're talking about the internal quality. Let's say the PPI. There's something like a pixel per inch. You may have to study about that if you're not aware of it. So a minimum, a watch should have about 360 PPI. So if you're going to take it with the advanced version, like because we have many other watches coming around 360 PPI, some of them, the Firebolt Visionary, I would say it's coming around 360 as well. Because I have one of those, and that's really good. If you have a good budget, just go for the Firebolt Visionary. Maybe if you have a better budget, you can still go for Firebolt Invincible. And if you have even better budget, go for the Samsung Watch 4 or 5. And maybe if you're an iPhone user, just go for the Apple Watch. I mean, no one can beat the Apple Watch. I can honestly say that proudly about the iPhones, because they're made to design and they're made to perform well. It's not because iPhone is always durability. It's all about the durability. You cannot enjoy much in the iPhone things, the Apple products. You don't really get everything. It's pretty limited. But whatever you get, it's at 100% promise that you would enjoy it. So basically, Apple Watch does everything, and you cannot compare the Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch 5 to this watch. Maybe you could do it, but there will be features missing when compared to that. But again, coming to the price point and the budget, this watch does really perform well, similarly matching the close results. Maybe we would get that solution soon, the answer soon, once I test it all out with the features which is being mentioned. I would also show you the calling feature and everything, how the voice clarity is, and the things like AI assistant, or maybe the trackers. If let's say I would take a bottle and I would keep it there, if it still senses the heart rate, that is really bad. But if it's going to be kept in your hands and then this track, that's really good. So we would compare it with the multiple watch sets. Maybe that would give a better answer. But right now, let's say we wear it on my hands. I will show you how it looks in my hands. A perfect fit, I can see. Looks very premium. You can similarly see this. This is pretty looking like an Apple Watch. I mean, everybody is designing to make it look like an Apple. But again, since you're not getting a brand anywhere over here, because people would not recognize this as an Ambrane device. I mean, obviously it's not Apple, but it does look like an Apple device. And because the quality, whichever you get, maybe you won't get it better view in the sunlight. If it's a good sunlight, the weather, maybe you would not get a good lightning, because this is not an AMOLED display. This is basically TFT and LCD. But with this point, I mean, it does really look premium and it does fit well. And you can make it use of the strap buttons over here depending on your size. But I believe this would fit most of the hands, because even though if you're big enough, or maybe if you're too small, but trust me, this would fit. Maybe the time's running pretty fast, but I won't explain everything, so stay tuned. Now we will test the features, and I'm going to take some days for it. I'm going to pause this video and then I'll be back with the results. We're going to reveal everything about this watch, if it is being worth or not. We'll be back in a few hours. Hey guys, I'm back with several tests being done in the smartwatch. I also got an additional pack of these. I mean, I really loved the smartwatch, the way it performed. So maybe I requested another for my parents, so they would love it. Obviously, because I do have some other smartwatches, maybe my parents would love it, because this is an affordable smartwatch that can be given as a gift to anyone you would like to, because you can still manage everything by affordable, since it is very affordable. Anyway, so we have a new smartwatch. I mean, I've tested a lot with this device as well as this device. So basically the battery percentage that comes around 80%, 81% when it's newly being started. So it's already 3% out now. But anyway, maybe I was testing it a lot, so maybe that is the reason. But again, when I compare the battery life to the one which I got, it's still 57. I've been using this since 2 days, and I've tested with multiple sport modes and all the stuff, and it still performs very well, which I really liked about the watch, because everything is always about the battery, guys. Trust me, if there is no good battery backup, there's no battery lifetime for the smartwatches, then it's literally not at all useful, not at all worth for your purchase. But yes, what I found with this device, it was really good backup, and other than that, the sports accuracy, which was really good. And I did reset a watch. You may not see an entire data of the watches, of the sport modes, and for all the tests that I've been doing. But anyway, with all the stuff which I have, and I did try the calling as well. So you can click on the dial pad, you can dial the numbers. I would show you soon how the call quality looks like. I mean, I can tell you, I can promise you, this is 100% worth device, because I did try to perform the call test and it did really function pretty well. I just called a friend and he said, he was like, man, I love it. It's just being just like a phone. I mean, he didn't notice any of the difference which is being done by the phone or the watch, because I was completely using my watch mic and watch speakers. He didn't get any disturbance on that, so that's really good thing what they have done here, the noise reduction as well. And apart from that, I have tested the AI voice assistant as well. I did sometimes lag a bit, because yes, obviously not everything could be understood. This is not something like a Google or Siri. It's a basic smart AI watch assistant, and that does really perform well. Maybe you'll have to repeat your words 3 to 4 times, and sometimes it would understand, sometimes it would throw an error saying that, can you speak again? But yes, you can speak again. I mean, that's good, because again, guys, the budget. And yes, so most of those things work pretty well. I did play a few games with this, and I did set my mode to the list mode, because I kind of like the list mode whichever I had, and that really looked good on me. So maybe depending on your choice, you can keep it. So this is the settings. There you can set the watch faces here, because this is a default one which comes as a watch face, but you can download an app called The Fit, which you would get in an Play Store or an iOS store. I'm not sure about the iOS store, because I've not tried this with the Apple series. I'm only doing it for the Android devices, because I'm pretty sure that Apple devices wouldn't prefer connecting ₹1,000 smartwatch, because they always want to be a hero and they always want an expensive things to be done. I mean, I'm still not sure what's so special about the Apple device, but yes, this does perform pretty well. And I'm not going to compare it with the Apple Watches or Samsung Watch 5 series, but it's still great watch. Even when you compare it to the devices like which cost about 10,000 to 15,000. Yeah, so the Fit has all the watch faces built in, and it has so many other options. You would love it while you explore the application. I mean, that is not officially made by Ambrane, which is not something that I expected, because I thought there would be specific as application for this particular device, but I didn't find any of such. And when I did my research, I found that the Fit was the application that we had to use to connect the Vizion. So it is a global application. It might suit to some other smartwatches as well, but the Vizion was under the list, so I did choose the same. And you can customize your watch, and with most of the things, like if you need a notifications or not, and how the things to be performed, how the watch faces should be look alike, and how the time should be shown, how the alerts should be displayed, everything you can completely customize those things in the Fit app. Here you won't get many such options in the settings and stuff, so maybe you'll have to use the application to set everything up, because guys, the budget is still something which we should always keep in our mind. Don't expect too much from this watch, because it is giving you everything as possible as it could. Because yes, you're getting most of the things that you get in a 10,000 to 20,000 smartwatches. Because yes, this has a Bluetooth calling system, it has an AI assistant, and it also comes with a good quality in 1.69 inch. And I did test from the outside regions. You would be surprised how the watch actually performs like, because this never feels like it's a TFT display, because I completely felt like an AMOLED display. I did not make notice a difference between my Firebolt Visionary and the Samsung Watch 4 and with this thing, the Ambrane, because similarly most of those watches look exactly the same. The brightness levels was exactly the same, and I did check my brightness of the device. It was almost like 60%. Maybe if I could increase a bit more, then it would be even brighter, which I didn't wanted to go ahead with. But yes, with the 60% brightness as well, I could see the clear light even in the most sunny day. And yes, so that's something good thing which we found in the watch. And I did try the sleep test. Maybe I cannot suggest that, maybe I cannot recommend you guys to try this out, because sleep hours is something that we should be careful about. We should not depend everything on the device, because why would should be device track your sleep? I mean, I still don't get it. But people try to manage those things in the watch as well, because you don't want everything to be worn on your hands and sleeping all the time. But I kind of felt uncomfortable with that, and also the tracking was not completely accurate. It says that I slept about 4 hours, although I slept about 7 hours. Anyway, maybe that's a pretty wrong count. It should be okay for me. And we have a heart rate. This was completely beautiful. This was accurate. I did check the test. I did make a test, and I will show you the results whatever we got. And the BP test, I would not suggest that. This is not completely true, because you cannot know a BP when you just tie it to the hands. It's not complete. The pressure will not be observed by just tying a watch. Maybe that's something you can have an idea about, but you cannot rely on it. And SpO2, yes, it performs well. I did check with my oximeter as well. It was showing pretty good. And with the exercise, yes, I tried the smart modes. With the weather, it would show, and the display notifications, that was really good. The air was really good. The shutter, I did take some pictures, but there's something that we may need to do it through an application, because even though if you're connected to your Bluetooth device, I mean in your smartphone, if it's connected to Bluetooth, this would not directly work. This would, if you click on a shutter option, that would definitely not take a picture. So maybe you'll have to do some things on your The Fit smartwatch. It would say that it's taking a picture, and you'll have to do something to make sure it captures a picture. And the stopwatch, it's a pretty normal thing. And a breathe exercise, that was really good. It did kind of make me feel like I'm healthy. And the alarm did perform well. The music players was really good as well. It was very fast, and I didn't notice any lag until now, guys. I didn't really face any lag issues in this watch, except the AI assistant, because it is not completely accurate sometimes. But that's something I can agree about. I mean, it should not matter much for me. And there's a timer again. I mean, I'm not sure why they've given a stopwatch and a timer in a different ways. And they have a flashlight. That doesn't mean you get a flashlight in the back. It's just a flashlight which is being given here. That's pretty good. It's a good light. I can tell you. I can show you in a minute. Let me turn on this device. Okay, it's really good flashlight. So during the emergency time, you can rely on it. It still would be visible. And there's something which made me feel good, was a find option. If you click on it, it would trigger your phone wherever it is. So it is simply, as you can see, that is coming from my phone. Shit, that's a big sound. So no matter, at least let's say if you're a 10-meter distance, you can still find your phone. It's not that you can operate everything remotely, but yes, if it's a 10-meter distance, and since it's a Bluetooth 5 version, the distance is pretty good. And I did like the feature which is being given here. And I did try a few games, and I made about 200 score in a Flappy Bird or Young Bird, whatever they call it. The touch controls was really very good. It was very responsive all the time. I didn't face any lag there. And other than that, we have an update. So maybe if you don't need to update everything right here, you can maybe explore other options, such as you can keep on a do not disturb mode and low power mode when it is the battery is less than 15%. Maybe you can go ahead with that. And ring or vibration, I always like it with the ring and vibration, just like my smartphone, and so that I can sense what is being happening with my watch. And you cannot get your customized ringtone with this. This comes with the default ringtone, which would simply ring, and there's no such customized tone that you can put it for your watch. And other than that, we have a system which is for the restart and reset and power off options. So you can perform this if you're facing any lag issues or anything. and you can maybe go to the version that you have, and then you can verify if it's updated or not if you know the version, or else you can just go to the Duffit app and you can simply update your watch right over there. So this is all about the features which we had, and based on my test I would put the videos right here in the next section. You can just observe the same and let me know if there is anything that you want to comment in the comment section. So you see, all these things are still working pretty well, and I don't see a problem. There's not much of a problem here. It does work in the rainy weather, and you can see the rain. It's pretty bad here in my area. Maybe it's not much visible, but you can see those droplets. Yes, the watch working fine. Maybe we'll do some of the tests. Let's go for the heartbeat test. I can see that it is BPM. I think it's going pretty well here. Overall, the rain absorption of this water resistant, and that does define its IP68 rating. This performed well. So let me just quickly connect it to my Bluetooth. So let me quickly go in here. I have my Eon phone, so this is the one which you need to click. There comes the Eon Media as well. Do not go for Eon Media, just go for the Eon phone. Let's click on pair, and now it's connected for calls and audio, and I should see the same thing in my watch. So I now have my phone connected to my watch. I should see the ring very soon. I'll have called my dad to call me. Yeah, here we go. Let me quickly pick the call. Hello, matter? Okay, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು? Okay, great. So you can actually see him talk to me. I'm just speaking through the call. Okay, ನಾನು ಈಗ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೇಮ್ ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಂಗೆ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? So I can increase the volume as well. This is the thing. Okay, cut ಮಾಡು. Thank you, bye. I'll quickly show you how the music player sounds in here. I've connected my phone to the watch. I'll quickly play. That is coming from the watch now. So you can see it definitely does sound like a normal phone. I feel that's a great quality. So let me just quickly go to the next test. Let's quickly check the heart rate sensor. I'll keep it in the wooden table, and you can see, so it is not working. So it wants you to place it on your hands. So that's a great detection, I can say. That's something good every watch must have. I tested the same with the Gizmo watch. It did not perform really well, but this one does only sense it in the hands. So basically that's what you need. I quickly test the oximeter as well, this SpO2 test. Yes, you'll have to wear it again. And let me check another few things. Okay, let's quickly test the AI assistant. Hey Google, how is the weather in Bangalore?
It's 21 with thunderstorms. Tonight the forecast is around 21 degrees with thunderstorms.
Great, so that just came from the watch. So basically it just fetches from what you have in your phone. So you can just get those assistant. If you have the Apple Watch, it may come with the Siri. If you have something else with the Microsoft, then comes with the Cortana. And this one does an Android, and it's coming from Google Assistant. Basically that's what it does. Let me quickly get into the gaming session. So I'll go to the end. You can choose the add component screen, so we can keep on adding few more things. You can see that. So this is what you get, and you can get the menu screen back, and you can add whatever you want. For me, the gaming thing was required because my dad plays a lot. I'll just click on young bird. So that's basically a Flappy Bird. The touch response is really good. I've seen that my dad does over 200 score in this little thing. It's very slow, but it's very responsive as well. There's no lag seen anywhere. Maybe I'm just a bad player in this, but it's really a good one. You can keep on testing all the games. For me, it did really work pretty well, and I don't really play games in phone, so I'm basically a PC player. But yes, somewhat I'm doing well here, guys. This is what you get in watch, and these are the 3 games that you get. You may be a fan of 2048, but I don't play that thing. And that's all about the games here. So we've done our watch tests, and that's all maybe what was pending. So we'll get back to the on screen. I hope everything is being right with whatever you saw, and if you still think there are some more things that I need to make a test on, you can still comment in the comment section. I'll still be back with the same videos back again. And apart from that, yes, everything goes well for me, and I did really love the watch. I would definitely recommend this watch for anybody from the young age to the old age people. They would really love it, and they would enjoy the games as well, because when I gave it to my dad, he was playing the Flappy Bird for game for an hour, and he did not get out as well. He was completely continuously playing with it, because I did not see any lag issue during the games as well. This is just simply a basic game, but obviously when it's performing well like some other regular and hybrid smartwatches which you have for over 5,000 rupees, it still does the same way as those. I mean, I don't really notice much difference between this and the Firebolt. Yes, it does not have a AMOLED display, it does not have a TWS connectivity, which I cannot expect everything in this 1,000 rupees. But overall, with the comparison, everything went well for me, and I would really recommend it to anybody. And to my subscribers, I leave a link in the description, so maybe you could just follow the same link and you can purchase it. I mean, I'm nowhere sponsoring anything, obviously no sponsors for this video and anywhere else, and it just wouldn't make any difference if you buy it from other link. Just to feel safe, if you are looking for the same watch, you can just follow the description in the link. And that's all about the video, so I hope you enjoyed the video. This was really long video. Those who kept watching were still here. I really do thank them. And yes, maybe it's a thankful to you as well. Maybe it is for me as well, because if you give me more watch hours and more likes and subscribes, I can still make a better videos. My channel would improve. Post that I can do more quality videos that you're expecting about. So that's all about the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.